Well, Stephen, it's a frustrating afternoon here at Gallowbank. How are you feeling?
Frustrated. As you can imagine, it's always a tough place to come, as we know. I thought Annan set up really physical today, really tough to beat, and I thought it was a really poor first half for both sides, to be honest with you. No team get into any fluency of play. I thought, looking at us, we were gave the ball away too easy, quite sloppy, getting no patterns of play. I thought our runs in behind were lacklustre. It's really disappointing. I said that to them there. It's the one word I'll use is really disappointing. And when you look at the first half, they get a goal from a set play where we're not picking up properly, no good enough, and it was like he stabbed it into the back post with his knee, and that kind of typified, that type of ugly goal typified the whole first half for both sides. And credit to them, they go in 1-0 up, and that sets them up for the second half to kind of go and counter. We then need to come out, but we gave a sloppy goal away, really bad goal again. Obviously the boys poked it in for 25 yards for a tackle, which you're going to, it's just criminal. And then, you show a late flurry with 25 minutes to go, but I think that kind of papers over the cracks of a poor performance, because if they took their chances on the counter, they could have been 3 or 4 ahead, but that was due to us putting extra bodies forward at 2-0, kind of throwing caution to the wind type of thing. But listen, it's just biggest word for today is disappointment.
Yeah, you spoke about there the counter-attacks that when it was 2-0 to them at the time. It was Conor Brennan denying them both. I think it was 2 occasions they had it through, and it must be quite good, knowing that Conor Brennan will pull out those saves when it matters the most.
Well, it's we're saying to them to try and be aggressive in transition and get up, make sure we're up against them, maybe even 35-40 yards for their goal to sustain attacks, because if they do breach that, they've still got a good goalie to get past. And I thought Conor had made 2 unbelievable stops when they were 1-1, as you say. But really disappointing day. Yeah, we never got started. But I said to them in there, it's you're looking at the squad. There's boys that came on champing at the bit, dying to play. And if the guys didn't start, if they don't take their chance, that's just the way it is. And ultimately, we weren't good enough first half.
Yeah, and with 15 minutes to go, it was a moment of magic from Matty Yates. I think he got the ball about 40 yards out, drove it and hit a shot, and lobbed Craig Clement and pulled us back to within a goal. I think that we were kicked on from there.
I thought we had a couple of flurries after that, and we had a couple of chances where it just didn't quite drop, and maybe had a chance and it was straight to Greg Fleming. Forbes had a chance where maybe he's trying to be too accurate. So ultimately we could have maybe nicked a draw, but I think overall 3 points to Annan's probably a fair result.
And of course, I think it was just over 10 minutes additional time there. Majority of it wasn't played due to an injury suffered by one of their players. But do you think that's a bit more frustrating, knowing we had so much extra time and we just didn't get that second goal?
I think you can, when games kick on like that and go longer and longer, you look at small details. Why did they not do that and why did they not do that? But ultimately the game was lost when they went 2-0 up. Of course you keep going, but the 2 goals we gave away was just not good enough, because there wasn't anything in the game. I mean, see first half, there was nothing in the game, and the team that got that scrappy goal that they did would have been in the ascendancy and been in control of the game in terms of when to sit in and when to counter. And I think if we had got 1-0 up, it would have been totally different, but it's all ifs and buts, and ultimately we didn't get things right today, and we'll look to remedy it next week.
Yeah, talk about next week. It's another away game away to Stirling Albion this time. I say we beat both times at 4 point last season. Are you looking to continue that form?
Aye, well, I mean, we looked forward to going there last year. Just need to try and get the team right. Hopefully, get the boys lifted, because we need to play better. But if the boys that maybe get an opportunity next week, they'll need to go and grab it, because as you see today, you look at the squad and the players that are coming on. There's massive competition for places, and that's just the nature of it.
Cheers, Stephen.
No worries.